If you missed the dot-com boom, if you were late to crypto, and if you're still talking about how you should have bought Amazon back in the day, do not let this AI wave pass you by. In this episode, I'm giving you the best AI stocks for you to buy right now, even if you're brand new to investing, or if you've been dabbling but haven't gone all in yet. And before we jump in, let me know what AI tools you are using right now. Drop your answer in the comments because I want to know not just who's using AI, but who's actually getting paid from AI. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so here's the real deal. AI is absolutely unequivocally the next gold rush. But just like the gold rush in the early 1900s, the people who win big are the ones who either dig early or the ones who are selling the shovels. And in this case, those shovels look like microchips, software platforms, and enterprise-level AI infrastructure. Today, I'm showing you how to invest in companies that are doing both. The ones who are creating the tech, the ones powering it behind the scenes, and the ones making the tools that the entire AI industry relies upon. I'm breaking down the top individual AI stocks that you'll want to add to your portfolio today.
We getting money, money, money. When Jameer sharing gems with her getting money, money, money. Getting a line, growing money and getting money, money, money. It's your life, trying to give more life.
These are my top 3 AI stocks right now. And remember, this is not financial advice, but this is what I'd be looking at if I was building a beginner or an intermediate portfolio. Number 1 is Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. If AI is the future, Nvidia is the power source. They make GPUs, otherwise known as graphic processing units, and that powers nearly every AI platform, from ChatGPT to self-driving cars. They essentially create the hardware or the microchips in order for AI to exist in the first place. Now, Nvidia has been in the game for years, but now they are eating up the market like it's lunch. Nvidia is up over 27,000% in the past 10 years. That means if you had invested just $1,000 10 years ago, today you will have over $278,000 from that $1,000 investment. Just think about what you were doing 10 years ago. Think about the money that you spent within the past 10 years. Think about what you spent $1,000 on. I know you spent it on things that didn't yield you anywhere near 27,000%. Could you imagine putting in $1,000 10 years ago and being at almost $300,000 today? That's major passive income. But if you missed that wave, don't stress out because here's the good news. It's still actually really early on for Nvidia. So even though you may not have invested back then, I need you to make sure that you're investing now. Because like I said, we're in the beginnings of the gold rush for AI. In the past 10 years when AI wasn't as hot as it is now is any indication of what it's going to do, just imagine the returns that you're going to get if you invest today. So make sure that you get in not now, but right now if you aren't already invested. If you want exposure to the AI boom, Nvidia is a non-negotiable. Number 2 is Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. Now you may be thinking, what does Microsoft have to do with AI? Don't they make like Word and Excel and PowerPoint? Yes, but they also put in $13 billion, yes, billion with a B, into OpenAI, which owns ChatGPT. But here's what makes Microsoft even more of a boss move. Of course, they make Microsoft Word and Excel and PowerPoint and so forth and so on, but they're integrating AI into those tools as well. So they're turning these everyday tools that have been around forever into super smart powerhouses. And Microsoft, you know Microsoft ain't going nowhere. And by investing in Microsoft, you're not investing in a trend, you're investing in infrastructure. And they're up over 950% in the past decade. So a $1,000 investment 10 years ago in Microsoft will be worth $10,500 today. Still an amazing return for just putting your money somewhere, letting it sit there and doing absolutely nothing else to get those gains. And third on my list is one of my faves, which is my baby Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. This one is a sleeper stock with a serious upside, but a lot of people are starting to get hip to Palantir, so you may want to get in on it before it really blows up. Now Palantir, they specialize in AI-powered data analysis for governments, militaries, hospitals, and major corporations. The growth that Palantir has experienced is phenomenal, but beyond that, when I look at the potential future growth of this company, I'm looking at their contracts, and their contracts are long, like decades long each. They're expensive contracts and they're sticky, which means they've got guaranteed non-cancelable money for the long term, which is great news for the stock price because that means it's likely going to continue to rise and rise and rise. Now think about Palantir as the cousin to Nvidia, where Nvidia makes the microchips, they make the hardware for AI to run. Palantir makes the software and the data for it to run. So if nothing else, you need to have at least those two in your portfolio because without them, we don't really have much AI going on. Now, Palantir only came onto the stock market 4.5 years ago, so we don't have a decade's worth of data to go with. But if the 1,428% return that is gotten in those 4.5 years is any indication of where this is going, You would be goofy for not jumping on board. Here's the thing. If you had invested that same $1,000 we've been talking about into Palantir just 4.5 years ago, we're not even talking about a decade ago, just 4.5 years ago, you would have $15,280 today. These are the kind of stats that should have you rethinking how you're spending your money. Like $1,000 into $15,000 in just 4.5 years? That's legacy money once you consider turning that into decades. Now, if you're like, Gwen, this is great and I'm really excited about it, but I really need somebody to walk me through all of this, I got you. I'm dropping my brand new stock market basics course built specifically for people who are finally ready to stop watching other people build wealth in the stock market and actually do it for themselves. No fluff, no jargon, just real talk and step-by-step instructions on how to get started in the stock market. It'll have you ready to start investing in just 3 days. If you're interested, let me know by clicking the link in the description to join the waitlist. That way you can get early access before it drops to the public. If this episode helped you out, here's what I need you to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, for more incredible, easy to implement money hacks that get you from where you are to making that 7-figure portfolio, join my membership group called My Rich Friends. The link is in the description and is pinned to the top of the comments. Now, before we go, drop me a comment and tell me, which AI stock are you grabbing first? I'm in the comments all week, so let's talk strategy and get you to that $1 million. See you on the next one. Peace.